gotta love having your mouse randomly across the map so we get to scroll at the beginning. So, spawning in the upper right, as our orange Protoss player, we have, for Chobo Team 6, Danimal. And spawning in the lower left, listing as playing for Get On, but today playing for Outset Gaming, we have DeezNuts. Yeah. He is our green Zerg player. So we have an early probe scout coming out from Danimal, or possibly some sort of proxy or something. He does already have pylon, it's on the low ground. Probably mostly an early scout to see if it's okay to Nexus first. Anyway, we got a Overlord headed across the map as pretty much always. And that probe's going to go in, see what it can see if it sees a 6 pool or anything weird, which it won't. Amusingly enough, ends up preventing the pool from going down. It is a pool first build, but kind of does that by accident, just by happening to be there. But now it's got a drone following around. Oh, and it gets caught. Nice little catch from DeezNuts there, getting a probe for free. In the meantime, we see a Forge coming down and a Gateway coming down. Forge was first, but both of them pretty quick. Might have been considering a cannon rush, but with that probe being gone, cannon rush not possible. Or at least not usable. Anyway, that Forge finishes up. Overlord's there to see it. Danimal puts down a cannon and gets ready to put down his Nexus. And there it is. In the meantime, DeezNuts does have his natural on the way and a number of lings heading across the map. And using an extractor trick to maintain his supply. And made a gas geyser and just now starting to use it. So his lings are going to find a complete wall off other than this probe holding the wall and his cannon destroying 3 lings before they decide to stop banging at it. They take up positions to watch what's going to go on. The third remaining one taking a watchtower. So again, it's a pretty good map, as you know those lings at the least. And that Overlord with nothing to oppose it, falling through the Protoss base and seeing what it can see. Gas just going down for our Protoss player for the first time. 2 gases at once. Just finished up. And immediately fully saturated. Chooses to start +1 attack before starting anything else, including Warp Gate. Surprises me. I'd almost always see a Protoss player do Warp Gate first, then the attack. Maybe prioritizing Mothership Core ahead of those. But I see no Warp Gate coming down for Danimal. There it is. There's Warp Gate. Knew I would see it. Draw. The Protoss player doesn't get a Warp Gate. One who forgot it. Anyway, DeezNuts has his queens. Not injecting this one. There's the injects. Space a little oversaturated at the moment, but with that gas geyser going down, it won't be for long. They'll just go into gas, there's 3 of them. And starts up his lair. And +1 missile attack. Roach Warren already down, but no real roaches out yet. Only units as soon as those lings. Now, there's a stalker on the other side of the map taking out this overlord that was hanging out for quite a while in Danimal's base. Supply blocks of DeezNuts for the moment. So he throws down around of 6 overlords, which actually makes sense because if he's going roaches, he's going to need the supply. The way I always like to say it is that roaches actually have a hidden extra cost, which is that they're that supply inefficient, that it's actually part of their cost. It's one of the reasons they're so cheap. That's how I always say it. Anyway, we see the first 3 roaches on the way for DeezNuts. +2 attack now on the way for our Protoss player. +1 already having finished up with as early as he started. That was the thing he prioritized over everything else is attack. Taking his gas guys as natural now with 2 fully saturated bases and actually doing significantly faster economy than DeezNuts. And now he's taking a 3rd base, but does not have near the saturation. Being down 10 drones. As he is spending his money on units. Specifically, roaches. And queens. And roaches. Dark Shrine about 3/4 of the way done for Danimal at this point, though. We're going to see some DTs. And, oh, the gateways. That is a lot of gateways. 7 more gateways. So we're going to have 8 gates. A Dark Shrine. And 2 fully saturated bases. So we are going to see a lot of DTs. And Blink. Blink is on the way. So DTs into Blink if it doesn't work, I guess? And with as much of a mineral bank as he has, and just in general a bank, we're going to see all those gates immediately used. That's probably what he was planning on. As the first DT. Starting to head across. In the meantime, Mothership Core was out scouting. Tangled with Queen. It ran away. But we got DTs running everywhere. Looks like we're probably going to have one for each base. Now there is Spore Crawler there. Nothing there. And nothing here. Only a Spore Crawler at the natural. So these DTs are probably going to be pretty effective, these 2 of them. That one, you know, it dies. And then warns them that they're DTs, which is why we already have an Overseer morphed. But this DT gets itself a few drone kills. 5. Now it's probably going to kill itself chasing. Nope, it finds a sweet spot and starts hacking away at roaches. Now it dies as the Overseer arrives. But the 3rd DT has this hatch about half dead and starts to run off to join up with this army. The Stalkers, which are just about to have Blink. Danimal has a lot of resources to warp in more Blink Stalkers and a lot of gateways. So we're going to see lots more Blink Stalkers. His main problem is they have supply block. In the meantime, all these roaches are hanging out by the 3rd base. And you see lots more roaches and +1 melee attack on the way for DeezNuts. Choice. But the Blink Stalkers, as soon as Blink is finished, decided it's time to attack. Blink Micro isn't perfect if you Stalkers get left behind, but Blink Micro is still pretty good. assume that the Blink Micro probably is enough to deal with these roaches, especially with that new warping round of stalkers joining in. This might well be GG. I'm not sure that he can find any way to deal with this. He's attacking with another 6 roaches. Not the best of ideas. He does get a stalker for it. He gets 1 stalker for 6 roaches. Not a good trade. Mothership core is full energy. Third base is down. 2 more roaches come over to find more stalkers. Now they form up with a few more. Roaches do have speed now. But we also have some Archons having been made from DTs joining in. One random DT. So they're going to take down these rocks and take this angle. Or just wait for the next round of warp-ins, by the look of it. Danimal has a huge bank at this point. DeezNuts is even getting a decent bank, which actually makes sense since he just has no way to spend minerals. And he's down to only 2 bases worth of production. Now, that's a good amount of roaches, but that's a whole lot of Blink Stalkers. They do get one of the Archons, which is a nice pickup. If they get both Archons, anyway, the roaches are trading somewhat decently against the stalkers. The Blink Micro is not necessarily the best, but it's also not bad. It's good enough to win the fight. And more stalkers. This is about as all in as it gets. Stalkers and stalkers and stalkers. He does actually still have a filled lead, though. I don't know what this one stalker was doing for a while. Gotta love the graphical business some days. This is the mothership core, a pair of queens after the mothership core does drop 1 time warp. But there's probably just too many stalkers and not enough zerg here, as they just continue to take down what they hit. Spiny crawlers not going to do much against that number of Blink Stalkers. And we have 18 lings and more roaches. We'll back off a little bit to kill some roaches as they spawn. It's a lot of roaches, but it's not enough. Not against that number of Blink Stalkers. Plain not enough there. Those lings are the last defense he's got, and there aren't even that many of those. No idea why he made those. Really, the game is definitely done at this point. More Blink Stalkers coming in. Drones trying to attack that were rallied to that base. There's just nothing that DeezNuts has that can answer those. Yep, GG. Danimal takes that one for Chobo Team 6.